Hey, everyone. It's another Friday, another episode of the Living Room Conversation. Listen, we're back to normal programming.
Yes, it feels good to be back in the living room.
It was ghetto like these last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Of like trying to, that's burning crazy.
Right.
The last two, I'm gonna open this window.
Okay.
Yeah, really quick. Hold on, y'all. The sage is like burning tonight. We letting go some heavy energy in here. But anyways, it was crazy because I was traveling on my birthday, and then you had
a sleepover.
You had a sleepover, so it was crazy.
Yeah.
So, but before we get started, we want to make sure that people can hear us.
Yes.
So if y'all can let us know, I don't have my daughter's phone with me right now. I don't have her phone to check. If anybody in here can put like a thumbs up if y'all can hear. You know, we back in the living room, so we a little rusty getting back to it because we've been like separated for 2 weeks, so it's a little different coming back to this setup. So if somebody on Instagram can say you can hear us, that'll be awesome. Let's see. I see one person in the building on mine, one person on Mia. Can y'all say we good? In the meantime, you think I should go and get Kendall's phone?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, give me a second. How's that thought? You know, you always got to talk to Miss Mia.
Right? Y'all know we are our own production team, so we get one. We good. Okay, on my Instagram, we all good. Thank you, Brandy. Appreciate you. Woo, happy Friday. We made it through the week. I know a lot of people, kids have spring break next week, but mine are not. I got another week. So, you know, we're going to push through. But I hope everybody is feeling amazing. I hope that you've had a prosperous, productive week. I know this weather is trying to knock me out. Okay, great.
All right, we are good.
We rolling, and we got 111.
Period. 111.
Come on.
All right, so how have you been feeling?
You know what? I had one birthday this week. I have another one 7 days apart. So this Wednesday, next Wednesday. I've been feeling okay. I've been like feeling productive, just getting little things done every day. You know, just the little steps add up. And so I was feeling motivated to just like declutter and stuff like that. But now the weather, it's like it be playing with my emotions because, like, you know, I love when it starts to come alive in the springtime and stuff.
Yes.
And it's like it's teasing us.
It
so
is.
It's messing not only with my emotions but with my sinuses.
Yes, it's like confusing.
Like, it
Nature
really
is confused. It's like it start blooming. The leaves start blooming really early. I'm like, oh yeah, we got an early spring. And girl, I got cold. Now I'm a little tree on the side of the house dying.
It's like the old be wanting to hold on sometimes, you know, like nature. You know, seems like that's what it does too sometimes. Like it's just holding on. Like,
baby, that ain't the type of nature. I need to be somewhere in like warm and all year because I can't do the cold. So yeah, but we drinking tea tonight because, baby, with this weather and like you said, sinus infection. Listen, like we gotta have our tea.
Yeah.
But shout out to my girl LaWanda. She bought me this little cute tea set. Look at this, guys. Look at this cute tea set. She bought it for my birthday. I was so excited. Like, if anyone knows me, you know I like little cute things like this. I think I'm Cinderella for real. You know what I'm saying? In my white dress. No, but for real, like I feel like I want to be a princess, and like it's okay to like treat yourself to little cute things like this.
That would be dope. Like having like a tea party. That would be real cute. And
I was supposed to do one.
We should do that, and like we should go thrifting and get like some cute
Mhm.
little outfits and hats
Yes.
and have gloves.
You want to
and
plan
stuff
for that?
like- Yes.
All right, y'all.
Y'all drop a
y'all
comment.
heard it. Y'all
Drop-
heard it.
hey, drop-
Now, if
Don't try to steal our idea either.
if they do, they can't do it like us. So,
Okay.
period.
What's that one quote? Like, I could give you the recipe, but you ain't got the
You ain't got the sauce.
sauce.
It don't taste good, baby. Okay. But yeah, so tonight's topic, I'm super excited about it. But we want to honor, before we get into our topic, we want to honor someone that is pivotal
Mhm.
in the Black community, at least for women. She has done some mental things in this community. And I'm super excited because Queen Afua,
This tea tastes so good.
It
Hold
is so
on, give me
good.
a second.
it is.
I wish I had some mint. Ooh, like I can envision.
We need
the
a shot
mint.
in this.
Yeah.
We need some
so hot toddy.
We need some some bourbon or something in this for sure. But Queen Afua is someone that has been a big influence for me, at least, especially when I came into like spirituality, and I literally came into myself. She was the person that I seek first. It was just an older woman. She was very wise. She was witty, very like graceful.
Yeah.
And she had that energy to where it's like a motherly energy.
Yeah, for sure.
So I definitely wanted to honor her tonight because I feel like she don't get the recognition really in the community that she deserves. So yeah, do you want to talk about some things she's
Sure,
done?
absolutely. So first she was born Helen Robinson. She was born in Brooklyn, New York. So she's a New York native. 1953. And she is, like you said, she is a holistic, like she has many titles. So she's a holistic health expert. She's a comedic priestess, a wellness coach, a New York Times bestseller, author, and she's a sacred woman practitioner. And she has 40 years of experience. So she came about her healing journey because of her childhood. She was really sick in her childhood, asthma, allergies, eczema, arthritis, PMS. So she had all those type of issues that are very common in our community. And one of her friends had invited her to like a health retreat hosted by Dick Gregory.
Gregory.
Yeah.
He's
so
crazy.
that's how she kind of got into it. And then after that, she spent the next 20 years of her life learning the art of like holistic wellness. So she's funded Queen Afua Wellness Institute in 2013. She's also the co-director of Heal Thyself, Know Thyself African Wellness Cultural Center with her husband. And then she's also the founder of Global Sacred Women Village.
Oh, she do a lot.
Yeah, she does a lot. And like I said, so with her, knowledge and things like that, she has lectured and served globally as an expert consultant to a lot of different institutions. You got NASA, New York, Downstate Medical Center, and Omega Institute, the Long Island University. And she has, like I said, a global clientele. So, range across the United States, Africa, London, Australia, Canada,
we don't hear
Virgin
about
Islands. No, and her work is like highly revered among, healthcare professionals, especially the holistic world. So yeah, I love what she stands for. I don't even know how I came about finding her. It's just on that journey, how we pull in things.
We pull in that energy because it's like if you like I told you guys, it was that motherly energy. And I mean, I had a grandmother, and she nourished me as a kid, right? And when they get older, you don't really, that relationship isn't there. And Queen Afua had that energy. She had that. She was lively, and I'm like, you know what? I'm seeking someone like that. especially on my journey, because I come from a Christian background.
Right.
So my grandmother, she was Christian.
Right.
So she didn't believe in
No African, nothing.
No, seriously, she didn't believe in none of those different things. Like, you know how
it's like go to the doctor, and a lot of Christians don't even want to go to the doctor.
Exactly.
They want to pray it away,
and it don't go away.
And Queen Afua, she took the power into her hands, which, like I said, she struggled in her childhood. So that's what really like propel her forward. And I mean that was her destiny. She knew, like, okay, I have these issues, and kids, they put kids on so many medicines and they test them like guinea pigs. And so I'm sure she probably went through different challenges, along her journey, but she decided that she not only wanted to heal herself, but to help heal the people around her. Especially Black women in the community, which is really powerful because we're all mothers, even if we don't naturally have children. We're mothers, we're teachers, and so knowledge is power. And when you gain knowledge, that's like one thing that cannot be taken away. And so, I love everything she stands for. This is we both have the same book, actually, but this is one of her bestsellers, which is Sacred Woman.
Yes, my favorite book. I love this book.
This is Sacred Woman. I don't know, some of you guys may be familiar, you may not be.
Yes.
But this is actually a guide to healing the mind, body, and spirit. The feminine mind, body, and spirit. But I think that it's also helpful for me, and she has a lot of men clients as well.
She does. Her sons actually do like a man retreat. I think it's like amazing when you train your children to walk in your footsteps. And her sons are like down for the brothers. Like, so she's healing the sisters, and then he's healing the brothers, and it's like they're healing the community. But it takes a village,
it does.
And one thing that I love about her is because she's building a village. And I wanted to honor her. I wore all white for that reason, because Queen Afua is about pureness. If you ever see her, she's very in her goddess, look, that queen look, but when she's healing women, she healed them, but she telling them to wear white because she wants you to get back to your pureness, detoxing the body, cleansing the mind. So I wanted to wear that tonight, and then I also wanted to say some affirmations. So in this book, Queen Afua she talk about a lot of things when it comes to just women in general. She talk about ancient times, our ancestors. Not only she goes from the ancestors, she goes to what teas and stuff to drink, what's good tea, what tea works for what strengthens the uterus. She gets really in depth with the things she has in this book. But not only that, she wants you to talk to your womb. So she put a womb affirmation in here, and I'm going to read it to you guys. So it says, I'm out of breath, y'all. Listen. Hold on, listen. The way these kids be running me, baby, listen. Y'all don't know what it takes for us to prepare these, like, get together, especially with children, boy. They will have your man, like, somewhere else, like.
Y'all might as well just call them y'all cousins.
Yeah, please.
Or y'all be sitting there.
One kid coming downstairs talking about they want some juicy dish. You're like, well, what about Molly? I'm like, so I had to go back, go grab Molly something to drink. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I need to take a couple deep breaths. I need to center myself right now. We don't have the color?
No, I didn't see it.
I don't know where it's at. Actually, I haven't even seen it. But anyways, cleansing some energy. Okay. So it reads, I love my womb. She pleased me. My womb is perfect, in perfect harmony. My womb is disease-free. There are no tumors, cysts, discharge, or PMS in my womb. Interesting. I want to talk about that. My womb is happy and whole, free of any and all diseases. I send love to my womb. I send peace to my womb. I send light and breath to my womb. My womb is the seat of my womanness. My power as a woman rests within me. I release and let go of all hurt and disappointment as I affirm I will turn every lesson into a blessing. I receive the lessons through my prayers and my meditations. I release all baggage from my womb memories. I replace the well wine of negativities with truth and divine love. My womb will never again get stuck in the ignorance of womb disease. For I commit myself to womb wellness. Powerful.
Yeah, I almost felt I should have just held my
Yes,
hand first,
like, no, seriously.
but you know what? But that is a great thing for like spring, because spring is creating.
Mhm.
And to create, you want your womb, whether you're creating a baby, you're creating a business,
Mhm.
or whatever. Like, you want your womb to be in the most like optimal state.
Yes, for sure.
And so that's good. Like, even just if you just planted some seeds,
Mhm.
like, to clear your energy and like really set like those good intentions and
Yes.
clear out that negative energy and all that out.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So another thing is Queen of Food was big on womb yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not getting taught this.
I
never knew
did.
nothing about womb
I've
yoga.
actually done one. Her name is Soraya. She's
Mhm.
local. She has
Okay.
belly dancing classes.
Oh.
Yeah, and she
See if I got
also
some
look, no, for real, because we got to check that out.
okay,
too. That was-
because I need to get back to
Yeah.
wine and like,
No,
you know.
I was literally doing some twerking and stuff earlier.
Mhm.
I just felt the need to like loosen up that chakra.
Yes.
Like, and while I was cleaning up, like, I like to dance while I'm cleaning,
Yes.
and I was like, just, I had
Yes.
to like, I felt
that
the need.
tension. Like, you know what? I seen shout out if you watching this Omi. Well, how you say her name?
Omi.
Omi. Okay.
Yeah.
She used to in the morning
Mhm.
like go live and dance, like
Mhm.
wind her hips. And then I'm like, you know what? We need to get back to like really releasing that tension, like in
Yes.
our hips, our back, like, cause it's like womb,
Shoulders.
yeah,
all that.
womb blockage.
But
But
yeah.
that's how you tap into your sacred, feminine, divine
Mhm.
energy. It's like really tapping into your sexuality,
Mhm.
your femininity,
Yeah.
sensual, all that.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I told myself, like, start just turning on shit reggae music.
Yeah.
You know, when they say wind the hips,
Yeah.
wind the hips, you know.
No,
all
for
that.
real. That's the
seriously.
best music to like kind of do it to. But
Yeah.
yeah, for real. But yeah, so the Soraya, she was trained by Queen Afua.
Okay. No way.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so she's done womb yoga. I believe I did it when I was pregnant with Molly,
Mhm.
and it was so like, I just never experienced. I've done different types of yoga. I've never experienced. I think I was crying through it. Like, that's
Wow.
how powerful it was. That's how
Wow.
powerful it was.
We got to set that up.
Yes, we do.
Make sure you let me know. Also, she does rebirthing poses, and she does womb meditation. If you can see, I don't know, if you can see some of the girls on here, but I think this is just powerful. She's a powerful woman. I'm not gonna get too deep into this book. It's just we had to honor her on the last.
Well, we actually got one more week.
Do we got one more
Yes.
week?
We
Girl,
have
my days are
We
off.
have 5 Fridays in this
Oh, that's
month.
right. I'm
Yeah.
thinking forum like we did
Yeah,
for
for
girls.
no, we have. That's what I
ladies.
thought too. But no, the other day I was like, oh, we actually have 5 Fridays.
Okay,
So,
cool. So we got, dang, we should have kept her last. Anyways, no, seriously, but it's all good. But we wanted to talk about Queen Afua. But that segue into our topic for tonight.
Yes.
It's Happy New Year's, the real New Year's,
yes,
spring
the real
equinox.
New Year.
The real New Year's, spring equinox. And we're not going to go into why it's the real New Year's. You do your own research. Seriously, like, I just get tired of like
Yeah,
teaching people
yeah,
like how to follow nature. I think
Yeah.
it's annoying.
yeah.
I mean, no, I don't want to say annoying because I give people grace. Like,
Okay.
people don't know what they don't know, right? But I might just seek the knowledge, you
Yeah.
know. But I don't want to keep getting into teacher mode and trying to tell people, well, no, it's the real New Year's. So
Yeah.
do your own research, find out why it's the real New Year's and why they got it backwards, where they got New Year's in the dead center of winter
Right.
when we're supposed to be in hibernation,
Yeah.
you know.
When the
And
whole nature is literally
sleep. Nature is sleeping right now, and we're celebrating New Year's, and then you get into January and February with the struggle months. Then
Right.
everybody waits.
And then people wonder why they
Yeah.
can't stick to, you know, what they
The
want to do,
resolutions.
because you're not supposed to be starting new. If anything, you should be just
Hibernating.
just resting and,
Mhm.
you know, rejuvenating and, you know, writing down them ideas and stuff like that.
Yes.
But it's not like, oh, let's run for it and
Yeah.
take action.
So then that sparks me to kind of a little touch on it, not too in depth, but like a little scratch the surface a little bit about what we're talking about. So like, you know, when winter time is for you after you harvest in October, November and December is pulling that harvest and starting to stack up for the winter time, hibernation, you know, reevaluating the year, how you can be better. Like that is a pivotal time. Wintertime is for you to look within yourself, around you, to figure out how you can grow. So when New Year's comes, spring comes, and you come back outside, you coming back with a new mindset, a new body, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to work out in the winter, you know, wintertime, new body, new energy, all those different things. And it makes sense because that's what nature is doing. You don't see the bees out. You don't see the birds out. You don't see the squirrel. I mean, you might see the squirrels here and there, but they out here hustling, bringing food back to their family. You only see that one squirrel going to go get food and coming back. That's how it's supposed to be. But we're not.
They're not outside frolicking.
No, they're not out. I mean, chasing other species. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably look at us like the real animals. You know what I mean? Like, those animals. But they're doing everything they need to do to get ready to plant their seed, you know, and then they come out when the trees start to get green, you know, leaves, and, you know, we get longer days, but that we wonder why we are so old, you know, and so this is we're going to talk about the topic about planting seeds, you know. I feel like I am in a process now of decluttering my home so that I can properly plant my seeds so that I can be successful and harvest whatever I planted, you know, at the end of the year, which is October, you know. And so Spirit had called me to literally declutter my house. Like I got rid of old papers, pots, pans, like literally that I had from my other house a year ago. I got rid of clothes that I thought I can go back and fit a size 2, but then I realized I'm in a size 4. So I had to get rid of all those different things because it's like if you're holding on to these things, you're not making room for you to grow, for you to properly plant your seeds, you know, making room for the new. And so I literally went through my house and was throwing curtains and rugs and stuff away. And I'm like, you know what? I feel better because that is what it's about. Now I can focus on what do I see myself being now that all this clutter is out my space. Because when your house is cluttered, your mind is cluttered.
And things hold energy.
That part,
you know, so like if let's say you holding on to something that's been in your house for 10 years.
Yes.
You know, but let's say your house, maybe the energy wasn't right. Maybe you've experienced, you know, bad things within that house. Like things hold energy. You know, it's not just sitting there. It's picking up the energy that's all around it. You know, especially like even clothing. Like if I had something that I wore in a relationship or something and I'm not with that person, I don't even want it no more because it make you think about like, oh, I wore this or something.
And the energy is linking around your house.
So it's like, you know, and I used to be the type to really hold on to things. But I think as I started healing my lack mentality, I started being more comfortable with letting things go. You know, when I start healing like the codependency and stuff, like it was easier for me to not be so attached to things. And then I start realizing like, oh, when I clear space of what I don't need, it's like just having it there just because I start receiving new things, you know, things that's more aligned with where I am today versus 2 years ago, you know, because I'm still holding on. Like, and so I've been on that same vibe of just like decluttering, you know, just making the space fresh and, and new again.
because that's what you're supposed to do.
Mhm.
I mean, your grandmother was doing it, your mother was doing it,
Yeah.
like they said, spring cleaning.
Mhm.
They didn't know that. And they were
Yeah.
it's like, because we're nature.
But our body naturally, like, I didn't know you, because it's funny, because like these are not the things that my family has taught me.
Yeah.
You know, so like for me, it's like these are things that I'm naturally feeling,
Yeah.
like intuitively feeling. And I think when you switch to kind of like intuitive living, you're
Mhm.
more aligned with nature.
Yeah.
You know, but it was like just intuitive things like over the last 3 weeks. Like actually it probably started in I think it was January, because I
Mhm.
painted my kids' room. Like, I think people that are like, I don't like to say I'm a leader. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't like to put titles on myself.
Okay.
But I feel like
That's different.
certain
Yeah.
people, you know, we know that we're at the forefront. And
Mhm.
so for me, I always feel the energy before it happens.
Right.
And that's how I know that I'm meant to help other people,
Mhm.
because I feel it first before it really impacts
Right.
like the collective.
That's interesting that you said that, because like that intuition, man, is
Yeah.
crazy. No, seriously, like you instantly pick up, but it's so crazy because I'm like, listen, we are nature.
Mhm.
Your mom wasn't saying spring cleaning for no reason. Like they felt like they needed to get up, if they needed to refresh the house and get the cobwebs around the baseboards, and we
Yeah.
were wiping down walls with bleach.
No, for real.
Like we was getting taking your winter clothes and putting them in bins and bringing out the summer and spring clothes. And we did that growing up. At least I did. And so I feel like that we need to start following what our parents, even though we can take things and make it better. We
Yeah.
don't have to just completely get rid of
Yeah.
it. But like, let's start getting back to like tapping back into nature and
Mhm.
start planting our seeds, because planting the seeds right now is you need to do it right now, because the times we're living in
Yeah.
isn't promising.
Yeah.
So you depending on the physical world
Mhm.
and the outside world to really take care of your home, from when really it starts with you, and spiritually planting your seeds,
Mhm.
mentally planting your seeds, getting back to the Most High and setting intentions on what you want to see your life being moving forward.
Mhm.
And I feel like we so depend on the outside world that we forget that it's really the inside world,
Mhm.
going within and trying to figure out where we need to improve that.
Mhm.
And so I feel like those planting seeds is way deeper than what people really understand. And sometimes when I set my intentions, I go outside, and planting my seeds is giving back to nature.
Mhm.
I never forget that I had a backyard full of squirrels,
Mhm.
and I had a pine tree. So my yard I have squirrels everywhere, right? And I just heard them. I felt them communicating with each other, and it was just like, it's harvest for everybody. There's plenty. There's
Yeah.
enough. There is infinity of wealth around
Because
us.
nature lacks nothing.
Exactly. So it was like, oh, I want to tap into that energy, of not worrying. All I need to do is just put the food on the table, but it's already given to me, right? Physically, spiritually, mentally. And I used to go out and give the squirrels nuts. Like seriously, all the time. I'm like, if they're in my yard, I could feed them at least, And that was my way of planting my seeds, of giving back. And every time I gave a squirrel a nut, I put an intention in that nut. Take that nut and give it to your family. Harvest this nut and turn it to 5, 6 different meals. You know what I mean? So I'm planting my seeds, but I'm planting it within me, because nature is me. So as I'm giving to them, it's gonna come back to me, just like you give a homeless dude $1 on the corner. And so when we are planting our seeds, we need to be very intentional about how we see the world and see nature, because I think it's very important for growth.
Yeah.
So,
and just even with planting seeds, like this is the time now, like, I love that so many Black people, especially the millennials, like are getting back to like gardening, because that is how our ancestors sustained themselves off of the land, and not only that, but like in today's times, food is such a weapon, and the cost of food is so expensive, right? And
Mhm.
so like now is the time to actually plant those seeds,
Seeds,
like
yes.
the herbs, the different things that you want throughout the summertime.
Yes, I'm
Like
glad you
start
said
planting them.
that.
No, for real, because like I really want to get back into gardening.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm doing it this year.
but like even speaking like of Queen Afua, like she used a lot of herbs.
Mhm.
Herbs are very healing.
Healing, yes.
And so like it's important, like when we are connecting back to nature, to connect back to the things that nature gave us,
Yeah,
which is the fruits, the vegetables, the herbs. It's just so much nutrients
yes,
and
it
healing
is.
properties in those things. And so it's like metaphorically planting seeds, but physically
Planting
planting
seeds, and you need that, and that's very important because
yes.
the food that we're getting on the shelves
Mhm.
isn't even. They have no
And
nutrients in it.
the crazy thing about nature is that like like some things it takes like 9 months to grow a
Yeah.
watermelon.
Yeah.
Like certain
Interesting.
things, like this lady, she had a pineapple plant and she kept watering it for 2 years. It took 2 years to produce a pineapple.
Oh my.
2 years. And the pineapple, it wasn't like super big, like it was still, small and
Mhm.
growing, but it took 2 years.
Patience.
And that's nature. Like
Mhm.
nature cannot be rushed. No matter how bad we ready for the spring,
Just like
the
a baby
summer.
can't be rushed.
No,
you know?
like it's gonna do what it's gonna do. And we have to, in this crazy society, like modern times, like we have to slow down ourselves and align back with that frequency.
Yeah. I like that you said that.
Not 5G.
That part. Listen, for real, seriously, because we ain't gonna get into that conversation because we can go down the rabbit hole real quick because I'm good for it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I am personally planting my seeds this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna set my intentions in my seeds because
Mm-hmm.
I want a really nice, healthy garden.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, something just called me to do a garden. Like I've been wanting to do garden. I just, I got some herbs over there getting
Mm-hmm.
ready to sprout. So, and it's only a couple, but I'm like, you know what? This year I really want to like invest in like a nice garden because I feel like we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
We're gonna need this skill. We're gonna need to learn. Like, let me make the mistake, this year.
Yeah.
So I know how to get better next year and get better the year before
No,
that.
for
Because
real.
we need to
Because I always
learn the
say
art
I
of
want to
gardening.
farm, but not with all them animals.
Right?
But like, how I'm gonna get there? Like, I need to do the work now.
Mhm.
Like we want things, but are you preparing to get to that level?
We not. Most of us is not. I know I am. My daughter in Cub Scout, so that tells you something. Nigga. We prepare for everything.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of was my background even growing up. I went to Camp Joy every single year. Y'all know about Camp Joy? Please like the video and share the video for the ones that used to be at Camp Joy doing the camp. You know how it was back in the day. Girl, sneaking and geeking.
I don't think we went to Campbell. I think we went to Camp Campbell, but no, for real.
Okay.
But that's a part of it too, though.
Mhm.
And a lot of it is breaking the stigma
Mhm.
when it even comes to just like springtime, nature, just getting outside.
Mhm.
Like we were talking the other day, it's like people in my family are like, oh, you gonna get too black if you be outside.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And how if you're scared of nature, like you're scared of yourself, like you scared of that God frequency, like because that don't make sense.
Yeah,
like how you scared to get darker and we some people like I just
and that's because that colorism.
Taught,
you grow up and they got this in our family. Like we talk about racism and colorism and stuff in like the outside world, but it's so crazy how it's literally in our household.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from trauma because they went through it, but it's like we have to stop that because I'm so appreciative to these last 5 years because even though, excuse me, everybody like melanin popping and melanin, and to not break your hearts, but white people got melanin too. I just want to tell you that. All right, but I'm gonna make a point behind that because we all run with this melanin movement, right? And it's the beauty of the melanin movement. But I do appreciate that movement came out, even though white people like, well, shit, we got melanin too. So what you mean you melanin? We just got more melanin in us. We have that neuro melanin, and ours run a little bit more deeper, you know. And so, but that united us, regardless of what science says. It united us as a people that we need to embrace our brown skin and our beautiful hair.
Yep.
And when that movement started and all the women started going natural, and they said forget perms, and everybody wanted to have curls, it was like, dang, finally, because now we can accept our darkness, our different shades of color. You know, now on t-shirts you see from, you know, fair skin, not that type of fair skin, but fair skin to like really deep rooted dark skin that almost look purple, you know. And it's beautiful because it's like we embrace that this is a community. We honor everybody, rather what shade you are. We are still one people. And I don't see that no more. Excuse me. Allergies. We don't see that no more in the I mean, we see it, but now every dude wanna dark skin, chocolate, you know what I'm saying? Stallion, you know, all the movement now. You know, it used to be that yellow movement, like where I want a red bone this, and I think that was propaganda no matter what.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was like, I want a red bone with
there's a lot of colorism behind that. Like, I want you to look like, be shaped like a black woman, but don't be too black.
Exactly. And okay, so now we're on this topic. Why do you think that men don't want the melanin or want to, you know, say that's what they really like?
I just think it's self-hate, you know, and they may not even know it's self-hate. It could be their conditioning and their programming, you know, but it's rooted in self-hate though, because whoever taught you that probably hated themselves, and so they passed it on to you, and then that became your reality and your preference. But it's self-hate.
So do you think that when a man wants someone that look like a black woman but don't want the, I want to use the right term. I want to say aggressive, but very like, I guess outspoken is the right word. I want to give us more of like a powerful stance because we got a big voice. You know, we stand from deep rooted stuff. Like our voice is deep rooted. Do you think they're afraid or they can't handle that level of a black woman because we're so vocal and we're so like depicted as this angry black woman? Like, what is your thoughts on that?
I mean, I know it's to each his own. I think some of it can come from like the stigma, because it's like, just because I'm a dark-skinned black woman
and I got a loud voice and I wear my hair like this,
but it doesn't even mean it is right. Like, it doesn't even mean that I'm loud though. You know, like, I think sometimes it's your energy is loud. Like, you don't have to be loud, but your energy is. And so any man, no matter what color you are, you know, what shade, like, any man has to be comfortable enough to stand in your energy next to you.
Facts. So you don't think that it's like, oh, I'm so embarrassed to show off this black woman because they might not accept me in their crew?
I mean, that's probably, you know, happens as well. But I mean, but if it's a person that, if, like, think about it, if you're into somebody and you're afraid of them being accepted into the people that you around, then them people really probably don't rock with you the way that you think they do, because, you know, if it's something that's healthy, and like, why would they hate that? Right. So you have to kind of do some reevaluating on yourself. But I think some men do get with women and then they kind of like want to kind of push them down a little bit because they don't feel like as confident, you know, when it comes to their looks or whatever. But like, the same thing that you was attracted to, somebody else is too.
No, it's so funny. Only reason why I posed this question, right, is because I had a guy. It made me so mad because he posted a white girl and she was built like a black girl. I mean, she had, well, I feel like the gym built her.
Yeah.
You know,
they be in the gym. Some of it is the food, you know, a lot of it, they be in the gym though.
Right. And I embrace this whatsoever. I accept all my not all, but I accept people. You know what I mean? Not gonna say all. Fuck. But she had a body, and he said, man, the white girls are starting to look like black women. Hold on, wait, let me get this status right. He said, look at this chick. She's starting to look like a black woman, but less the attitude. He was like, I think we got to jump over to the black white girls or some shit.
He probably
said.
Basing that off his experience, and he probably weak, like a lot of men will say you have an attitude problem if they're weak-minded and they can't. It's like, you're too much for me, so you're difficult. Like, oh, I can't get over on you, so you're difficult.
Well, I think it's just a weakness. Or, I feel like it's just,
or they just don't respect the feminine energy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because ultimately, like, I feel like any man that's with a woman, like, your woman, you should be able to go talk to her. Like, her voice should be respected. You should be balanced enough within yourself to be able to listen to her, even if she may be a little bit emotional or whatever. Like, you should be strong enough and man enough to kind of be that balance.
Well, and I'm gonna bring it back a little bit too. A lot of men don't want to date women that have that loud energy. Have that loud voice that can come off as very aggressive, right? Why? It's because, and then they run to the white girls and you're like, why would he go to a white girl? It was like, no, he was abused by his mom as a child. His mom demasculated him like crazy. You know what I'm saying? She told him he ain't shit. He
probably called him ugly,
black. You look like your ugly ass daddy, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, black ass.
Right.
That's why he don't like dark-skinned women.
Right. They called him a little bitch and shit. Like, take your bitch ass in the room and all those different things. So when they get into a relationship or they go out and a woman reminds them of that mother that they had, they don't want that because it's trauma. They're running away. So they feel like, whoa, I don't want to deal with a woman that look or seem like she has an attitude. I'm trying to go over here to the one that's more so shut the fuck up, I'm submissive, and they submit. You got some women
that
like
makes
that.
them feel powerful,
and it makes them. It's like an ego stroke.
It is,
and it's also he want to have a voice. It's not so like, okay, he wants his ego stroke. Some men do, but also he wants to be able to have a voice and have an ear to listen to. And he feel like, if I can come to you and complain about my problems and you're not gonna say, man, the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think what it is, I think that really stems from a lot of black women doing so much and being so much to everybody that we don't want to hear that complaining. Like, it can come off as complaining or weakness. Like, and so I think that sometimes it's just like a misunderstanding, but it really, like, even a woman, in this whole stereotype of, like, it came from somewhere. We can be loud, we can, be angry, and we may have the right to do all that, but at some point you have to refine yourself. And so if you're basing your whole life just based off an experience with one person or your mother or like whatever, it's like, it's time for you to kind of like do some of that work.
But here's the thing about men, and I might be right or wrong, men ain't got to go to no therapist.
I mean, not all of them
are healing. Like, men don't recognize these things. Like, women, we're women, so we think a lot.
Well, don't make the men for me.
No, they not the, no, for real. No, real talk. But I'm speaking for the men that have these issues, but definitely not for me.
Yeah, don't make us for me.
I gotta come healed and whole and sanctified.
We not vibrating on the stage.
No, baby, you gotta fix that before you.
Let them stay with the women that don't want to do the work.
Listen, I dealt with someone that had mama trauma, and they wanted me to be their mother, and I would never do it again. And it's because you got to seek healing for yourself, and you got to be willing to do the work. If you're not willing to do the work, baby, I can't do it for you. But I need you healed
Yeah.
before you come to me, because I don't want me triggering. I don't want to
Mhm.
trigger you, and I
Mhm.
don't want you triggering me. Now we're going to trigger each other, but we
Mhm.
need to know how to deal with it when we're triggering
Yeah.
each other, and how we're going to meet in the middle.
Mhm.
Some men that isn't healed don't know how to meet in the middle, because their ego is I'm right, and I'm the
Right.
man, I'm the
They
man,
thinking
I'm the
it's a
man.
man's world. They've been listening to James Brown. What is
Yeah, it's a world of somebody.
Like, well, for them, like I said, I would suggest, they start decluttering,
Yeah.
tapping into nature.
Right, no, seriously.
Drinking some tea,
Yeah, all
get,
that.
for real, like detox, because a lot of it, like for real, like, yeah, we decluttering our house is one thing. You got to declutter your physical body.
Your mind.
You got to declutter your mind, declutter your heart, your intestines. They say most people walk around with 20 pounds of shit.
That's crazy.
Like you need
That's
you need a colon cleanse.
No, you need to detox those parasites, because that's what's doing it. Them damn parasites.
No, I'm serious. I think that's because as for women, they say like our womb is so important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our gut is off. It could affect your mind. It can
Right.
affect your vagina. Like everything is connected, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like if you not like taking care of your body, like how you gonna take care of your relationships?
Yeah, I agree.
And
Because
then
you would be full of shit.
and then the thing is that women, and one thing I love about Queen Afua is because she's connecting women back to their sacredness, their sacred influence, right?
Yes.
So as women, we have so much more power than what we realize. And it's like, a man will spend 9 months in a woman, then spend his whole life trying to get back in one, if that's his thing.
I mean, no. I mean, no, for real, because that's home. It's like going back to home.
But imagine if you've done all this work. Like I ain't do all this work to be with a nigga that eat McDonald's. Like
no, for real though.
So like if you're doing this work, like if you in a relationship and maybe y'all growing together, like if you detoxing, he need to detox too.
Exactly.
If you fasting, like y'all gotta be equally
synced together.
Yes, facts.
And it's like, okay, so you're detoxing, you're cleaning your body, and then now you're elevating, and you're not doing that. So then you're gonna look at me like I'm different.
Yeah, for real.
And I'm gonna intimidate you. I'm gonna trigger you because now we're not on the same frequency. And it's like, so then I'm gonna have sex with you, because then what's the point of me fasting and detoxing?
No, for real.
To bring me back to that frequency. So it's very important that you really take heed and know who you're laying down with.
Yeah.
And knowing and seeing their life. You got to look at their life.
I mean, especially like we was talking about planting seeds. Like our kids, our babies, those are seeds, right? So think about like even like, because this is something that I never thought about, like when I had my other children. But hopefully I'm blessed with one more.
Girl, I don't see how you can do it. I don't have no more kids.
Oh, one more. No, for real. One more, then I'm cool. But but like when that happens, like I want to be very intentional. Like I want to, detox fast, like together. Because think about a man, like when he giving you that sperm, like it's carrying DNA, it's carrying all type of stuff.
Yeah.
If his eating habits ain't good, if he drinks, smoke a lot, and do all this stuff, the quality of his sperm ain't even top tier.
No, and then the kids come out.
You feel me? And so now imagine if he is, kind of low vibrational with his habit, and you are too.
Yeah.
Then just so it doesn't create a good environment.
Yeah, you're creating a chaotic environment for your baby to be in.
And I don't think a lot of us think about that. Even while we're pregnant, like it's so important to be nourishing our bodies properly. To not be like stressed out and just being erratic. Because I know it's an emotional time, but like to the best of our ability, like. Because all that stuff is vibrations, and then our kids come out, and
then you wonder why little Tink
can't sit still, crying all the time.
And,
Yeah,
You
for
know?
real, because the environment was chaotic.
It was, and we don't even think about those.
I
different
know I
things.
didn't. I know I didn't.
I didn't with my first baby with
Mhm.
Kendall, and I had her early at
My
28
son, I
weeks.
ate pizza and French fries.
Girl,
every
them
day.
cravings kick in, baby.
I had that every day.
I
Like
had-
I was in high school, but I had pizza and fries every day. And by the end of my pregnancy, I didn't even make it to the end before I was put on bed rest, and I was developing preeclampsia.
All that's so.
And
all
I
that's
gained
so,
like
yeah.
70 pounds. Yes, I went from a
Jesus.
size 4 to like a 15. It was crazy. But that is how important, our diet and just everything is, like the knowledge.
Mhm.
I didn't have an elder, my mother, grandmother, nobody like telling me like you should be eating like this.
Yeah,
Which is
'cause they
why
didn't know.
Right, because it is a generational thing, which
Mhm.
is why when we kind of reverse the loop, then we start healing ourselves, and it's a trickle effect to
And
our
it-
children,
exactly.
to their children. I mean, for instance, like my kids drink my tea more than I do. Like they be running
No,
through
but for
it.
real, because here's the thing, you set the tone. Because I'm gonna tell you something about
Mhm.
a Kendall, my baby girl. First and foremost, let's talk about how she made an affirmation. I should get it, y'all.
Yes.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. It's right here. I'm gonna get it. Because I think that's dope, and I
Yeah.
think that it rubs off on our children.
And you know what? We made at the slumber party last week, we made an affirmation jar. And I took it a step further and I was like, oh, we should align each affirmation because she had enough different color postcards. I was like, we should align each affirmation with a chakra. So I wrote down each chakra and wrote down, the mantra for each chakra. And so we did
That's
like
powerful.
3 affirmations for each chakra, and I was like, if you want to really intense, girl, I felt like I was in my teacher room. And I was like, if you really want to intensify it, the energy, I was like, align the affirmations with each other, like for the different chakras, like align it.
And what you want to make it more powerful,
Yeah.
wear that color.
Yeah, I told them that
Yeah,
too.
wear that color. So if you're
And
working
the
on your
post-it
root
notes, and the
chakra-
post-it notes, like I colored, matched them to each chakra too. So it was just,
That's dope.
oh my gosh.
So my baby made a.
Oh wow.
So she made an affirmation vending machine, y'all.
That
I
is so
can't
cute.
make this up. So my baby is very creative, and
Come on
she
now.
loves arts and crafts. And
Wow.
she just gonna be a superstar. But I feel like my baby follows me. So she didn't have the squishies because she wanted to put little squishies in here and stuff. So I was like, so what you gonna do then? She was like, I'm about to just make affirmations. And I looked at her like, girl, affirmations? Like, you look at your kid like,
Yeah.
what you know about? Well,
That's
I know
awesome.
you know about affirmations because I always try to teach my kids about affirmation, looking in the mirror, affirming yourself and stuff. And you got to start them young. But so my baby girl had made an affirmation vending machine, and basically you let me see if I can do it. So basically you take the thing and you twist it, and it falls down, and you grab it out.
That's so dope.
And you read it, and this one says, I am kind. So she wanted to crumble it up like it was a prize and make it easier. But let me put it down before I mess it up.
Yeah,
But
that is awesome.
it's creative.
Like I see that expanding. Honestly.
Yeah, no, seriously. Oh yeah, for sure. I was
Yeah.
already thinking that. So like, you teach your kids how to show up, and I told my daughter, like, I put all these nice. No, it ain't. We might have
I'm
to make
killing
some
this tea.
I know. So I told my daughter, like, I put all these like kind words in there, like, I am honest, I am beautiful, I am pretty, I am powerful, nothing can stop me.
I'm all the way up.
I'm honest, and she every morning, well, we just started this, right?
Yeah.
But every morning she uses her vending machine and she gets an affirmation paper and she read it, and I tell her to look in the mirror and read it 3 times. And she did it this morning, and I said, well, how did that feel? And she was like, that felt really well, Mom. And I was like, see, you affirming yourself. You're telling yourself nice things, because when you leave out of my front door and you got to go to your school and deal with mean teachers, you know, your peers, and then you got to do this work that I teach my kids that the work that they be doing is stupid. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm gonna teach them the real way, but I be
they
telling
be
them
teaching
the
the hard way too.
Yeah,
like,
and I think it's on purpose to complicate their mind.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So I
teach them the way I learned it.
No, me too. I think we old school. That's the millennials. We're gonna do it.
I'm like, well, let me show you how I do it.
Exactly. No, and then the teacher come back and tell me like, but that's not the method that we wanted to teach her. We want her. I'm like, no, baby,
You ain't doing her homework with her.
no, baby. If you want to teach that method,
It's more than one way to skin a cat. Like
exactly.
they say,
No,
so.
facts. But that's that program. But
Yeah.
anyways, so I tell her like, so affirm yourself, because if somebody in your school bullies you, call you ugly, call you whatever, right? Or these teachers say you ain't focused, or you this or you that, you can look at them and say, I already affirmed myself.
Okay.
Because my mama told me that I was cool. And that's all that matters.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can look at them like nothing bothers you.
Yeah.
And you got to train your kids. And like you said, your daughters drink tea more than you, you know, but they don't realize what they're doing and drinking tea.
So they inspire me.
But seriously, but where did they get it from? It starts at home. It starts with the mother. So whatever you see in your daughter, you planted that seed. You literally watered that seed. You watched that seed grow from a baby. Well, felt that seed,
and I make things available to them. You know, like I make it available to them where they feel comfortable. Like, hey, can I have some tea? You know, because sometimes, you know, parents are like, oh, this for me, you know, and it's like, it's tea. You know,
tea.
It's like,
oh, you know, your mama was good for that. So all my mama snacks in her room. We got all the bullshit.
Hey,
like,
she had a deadbolt on her room to protect them snacks.
I mean, for real, door always locked, like snacks.
So my brothers they cracked the code. Okay?
Yeah, I just bought a lock on my door because my kids keep coming in my room. Girl, I did that today, and now I'm turning this to my mom. I feel like I done got older.
I think, you know, I like you said, some of the patterns, the habits are good. You know, some of them maybe not so much, and those where we could revise them and tweak them to our understanding, to our knowledge. But yeah, lock on your door.
No, I'm putting a lock on my door because
I got yelling. 5 daughters. Like,
no, I was just yelling like, "Who took my stuff?" I'm not doing that. I literally had to buy a safe. To put like all my, and that still didn't work for some reason. They able to get in my safe. Stuff be missing. So I was like, you know what? I got a trick now for their ass. I'm gonna lock my damn door when I leave out of here. They can't even get in. Like there ain't no reason why you stepping in my sanctuary, because like going back to decluttering, I always neglect my room. My kids' room.
My whole house will be clean. And my room will be like, girl,
a mess, because you be tired because you want to do your main thing. Like, we both got houses. So it's a lot keeping up with
the grass growing.
Backyard, and don't have a big ass backyard like me. That shit is stressful. My backyard is ginormous. So I'm like, I got all this grass to cut. It's just me in this household. By the time I even get to my room, I'm like, I want to relax. I'm trying to lay in my bed.
Which is why it's more important. Because I was saying that, because I literally was thinking that to myself as I'm decluttering my room. And I had cleaned off my desk. Like I told you, my calendar, my little, flip little calendar thing, it said April 28th of last year. And for real, I was like, I don't even want this in my room because I don't even want it to feel like work, And I was like, I really need to take this desk out of here because I'm not even like using it like that. But like, I'm just trying to, maximize my space because I need that space for me to work when I, but I'm just like, I showed my friend and he was like, oh, don't ever talk about me. But it really wasn't as bad as it looked. Sometimes we can avoid the work because we feel like it's so heavy. And when I was looking at the desk, I'm just like, but it literally wasn't even that much stuff on it. Like, it was like my laptop and stuff. But once I removed the stuff that didn't belong there, everything else was literally how
Yeah.
it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, and so that was like a mental, like, kind of lesson. Like, dang, it wasn't even as bad, and it didn't even take as long
Yeah.
as I thought it was. But just having that clear, like the last 3 days, when I walk in, it feels good.
Oh my God, who are you telling? I literally changed my curtains in my room. I got this big old plush white rug, and I put my little pillows right there on the ground because I'm
Okay.
like, it's right by the window, so I'm like, in a rising, I can sit there and meditate, say a prayer, and like regroup myself to get my children up for school. But it feels so good because like the curtains is really like nice and settled. I got the white plush carpet. You know, I got the new little
I'm gonna have to go see.
pillowcases. It's nice. It's still coming together
You're
now.
welcome to.
No, it's not. You're more than welcome. It's coming together, but like I feel so good when I walk in my room, and I had to get a lock because I'm like, this is my sanctuary now. It's like I'm
coming in here on my white rug.
No, seriously, and I'm like, I done neglected myself for so. I wouldn't say that my room was always crazy because it wasn't. I always keep my house clean, but I didn't realize how much stuff I had. I had so much stuff in my closet,
girl,
clothes I couldn't fit. I was getting rid of like everything, and I'm like, these curtains way too dark and dull. Like, what am I doing here? Like everything light and bright and like very like you know, and downstairs in my house, very refreshing. And then you go in my room, it's like your room don't match your rest of your house. You need to get it together. So.
Yeah, I definitely, it's funny because like I literally been on that vibe. Like I cleaned my closet out this week. Like this just been a light work week. So I'm like, when I have those light work weeks, you know, as an entrepreneur, some weeks be heavier than others. And so instead of complaining or, you know, being like, like I ain't got nothing to do. No, I got something to do. Get my room together. So like one day I was just like, I'm gonna do my closet today. And you know, sometimes it takes me like time to work myself up to do it. You know, you gotta like get that motivation. But once I get started, it'd be hard to make me stop. And like, so
it's like when you, I know, like,
because it feels good. You start seeing the change, and the energy feel good. And
no, I did. I like.
Well, me too. Well, you know what I learned? I got ADHD because like I will like move around from place to place. I'm like, no, stay here, stay focused.
Same.
But
it's
see my room
because I got everything on the bed. Like, bro, I done went to 16 different spots and just reflex literally.
Yeah, but it was like when I was cleaning out my closet, and I was just taking like little sections at a time because I don't have like a super big closet, and I have like 2 bars. But when I say I couldn't fit nothing in there, and I'm looking like I got dirty clothes, like where the stuff gonna go?
Yeah.
It was more stress than what I needed. Like it was overwhelming me, and I feel like it was kind of making me depressed a little bit because I'm like, just the anxiety, just the thought of knowing that when I wash these clothes, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put them up somewhere. And I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I cannot do this. And I literally, once I start like pulling stuff out, it was like, I guess some hangers was like pushed back. I had saw stuff that I had been looking for. But they got smashed up in there somewhere where I couldn't even see them. And so now it's like I got room to put, and it felt good to just, it's like when you got on pants that's too tight. You just like, like, and then you get comfortable, you like, let me let it loose. And that's what it felt like, you know, the clutter and just having too much. And I think we live in a society where having too much is celebrated.
Oh my gosh. And I was just talking about this. Like, I was like, I feel like I'm in the energy of being a minimalist. Because I'm telling you, I was that girl that, baby, I had to have all the clothes because I like to switch up my style. And I love dressing. I don't even know why I didn't ever get into fashion because I love dressing. And I love different styles of clothing. But I realized that it was accumulating and I wasn't wearing it. And it was like, why? And it's like the older I'm getting, I'm like, I want to just
pack light.
Minimalist. I just want to wear like a cute, I'm making the clothes anyway. So I just want to wear like a cute cami or a cute top with some dope jeans or something and keep it simple. Because you realize that why do we need all this? We went back to baggage. Why do you need all this stuff? I had so much stuff in my house. I didn't even realize I was getting rid of things. I'm like, why do you got this stuff. Like, what's the purpose of
Yeah.
hanging on to this? Why do you always gotta feel like you gotta reach out? You know, why you always gotta go grab. Then I realize it's that lack mentality. It's that I feel like, and maybe that could be from trauma too. You
And
know?
it could, yeah, because when
Yeah.
the opposite of lack is like, you know, having gratitude. Like
Yeah.
when you in that lack energy, it's like you gotta kind of switch it to
So you grateful.
Because if I got people will have a closet full of clothes and be like, oh, I gotta go get something else.
Me
me too.
I gotta have a new outfit every time I go, and
Who
I
taught us
feel
that?
I feel like that
I'm working on it. I'm working on
I'm
it.
sorry, I got to say that I have high class,
Yeah.
and I'm bougie, whatever y'all want to call it. I am that woman,
Yeah.
and I've always been her,
No,
right?
yeah.
And so
I'm the same.
because of that, I can't walk out the house,
Yeah.
especially doing certain events.
Yeah. And you know, girls, we
I
can go
gotta-
find something for the low.
You can.
So that make it even worse
Yeah.
because
you see that $3 shirt on the
Yeah.
clearance rack, and then you feel like you need that shirt, and then the shirt get pushed back in the closet,
Yeah.
and it's like, for what? And you
never wear it.
Oh, that's purple, because it's like, what's the name? It had an all purple party, so I feel like if I keep this, I ain't got to go out and buy a purple shirt, but then I go out and buy a purple shirt.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't even, that's not my style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, why you still holding on
It's
to
a
that?
catch-22.
It's like, why? Get rid of it. It's
Yeah.
like, it serves you no purpose. It's just accumulating.
Now, sometimes it does.
It does.
It's been situations where I've had things for years. And then, the time came, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
I'm ready.
Like the party that I'm going to tomorrow.
So sometimes you got to stay ready, stay ready to get ready. But in certain situations, that's definitely not the case,
Yeah.
But
listen, good conversation tonight. We be just rambling on. But I'm glad we have, we're having this conversation about the real New Year's, spring equinox, getting ready for this summer. I'm excited about it, the warm, wet weather.
Yeah, me
I can't
too.
do the cold.
Yeah, I can't either. We wasn't made to do the cold.
No.
I mean, I know that, we had native people here, but I'm like, I don't know if the weather changed over time. I don't know.
So,
we
ain't going to go down that rabbit hole, and we can go down that rabbit hole. But it's never supposed to be cold.
Yeah.
This is like a man-made thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the earth is naturally hot. It's
Yeah.
naturally warm. Black people, what the fuck? When we
Yeah.
all get in one room, nigga, we heat,
Hot.
we heat this bitch up.
Yeah.
It be hot as hell.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, it's too many niggas in the room.
Yeah.
It's like, but I'm real, man. I'm
Yeah.
transparent. But seriously, so I feel like, the earth was never a cold place, and what happened. I'm not gonna go in details, but it became cold, and the earth right now doesn't have balance. She's not balanced right now. She is storms and earthquakes and plagues and all kinds of stuff that's going on. It's because it's like, that shit ain't natural.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be blooming all the time. Somebody dimming her light.
Yeah.
Literally.
No facts.
So it's like she's trying to get back to that warm nature, so she can have nature all year round. I mean, it's okay to go in hibernation, right? I feel like, when it get cold, nature do go into hibernation, but I also feel like we can hibernate, what do the flowers do in the summertime when they want to go in hibernation during the daytime and get solitude? The flowers close up. Seriously. They can go into hibernation if they want to and come back out when they're ready. So it's like she's not balanced anymore.
Right.
The leaves was coming on the tree. Now
even
died.
if you notice, like, over the past few years, I've noticed how the moon still be out in the morning time.
Oh yeah, it's been like that since 2020 actually.
Yeah, that's about around this. Like, I know it's been a few years, but like because I'm very observant. Once I start connecting back to nature, I start paying attention so much more to the world around me. My senses became heightened.
Yeah.
And I would literally just sit out, watch the animals any time of day. I would watch the sunset, watch the sunrise, just all those things that put me back in the flow of nature. And then I started noticing, it's 10 o'clock in the morning and the freaking moon, you can still see the
See the
moon.
moon,
Like, what
exactly.
the heck is going on?
It's a lot
So,
going on. We in
yeah.
a whole different universe, planetary
Yeah.
alignments, and we're not in the same position that we used to be in
Yeah.
20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, we are in a different space and time,
Yeah.
and that's a whole nother conversation to
It
why.
is.
And I feel like because we have, but here's the thing, you got the yin and you got the yang, so you utilize those energies. So it's like you can utilize that moon during the daytime because energy never stops. You know, you don't have to wait till nighttime.
Right.
So that means you follow the full, you follow the moon, and then you follow the moon phases, and you use that energy for your benefit, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's important for you to get out in nature now. And I mean, you can see the moon, you know, that feminine energy where you want to, you know, feel a little bit relaxed.
It's almost like
And
she
then
gonna get acknowledged.
she's gonna be
regardless.
acknowledged. That woman energy, right? The mother of the waters, that moon. That's what the mother of the waters pull in. And then you got that masculine energy, the fire. You know, you want to have that water pulling in, but you got to be able to create that balance, which puts that fire out, and vice versa. So, I think that we need to start looking up to honoring the celestial beings that's, you know, up there, and also tapping into nature, what God provided us, you know. So, anyways,
happy spring.
there. Happy spring. Yeah, we back next Friday. I love doing these conversations. Y'all let us know if y'all enjoy doing these conversations with us.
Yes.
I wanted to say something. So if y'all want to see the replays and y'all didn't catch a live last week or the week before last, you can go on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
It's The Living Room Conversation. Just that, no S. The Living Room Conversation on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share it with a friend, cousin, sister, brother.
Yes.
And then you can follow me at Latasha Shelton on Facebook, IG. So if you want a better view and you want to hear the audio better, right? My Facebook is Latasha Shelton. And just follow me on Facebook. And then my YouTube channel is Boss Life TV. And I kind of break things down on my channel. I talk about a lot of these different things, motivation, a little bit of everything on my channel. So you can go there, check me out on Boss Life TV. And then Mia.
Yeah, it's Mia Sharice on IG. And the Glow Up Gangster on IG and YouTube, which I'm about to start trying to, you know, just
dive into YouTube.
Yes, put it back, like, because I was doing that, and I really miss, like, dropping my inspirational messages and all that. So, yeah.
Yes, seriously. So if you want to follow us on all those different platforms, we really appreciate you, because a like don't cost anything, and we ain't asking y'all for no money, but we should, because we
hey, we need to love don't cash.
I'm gonna do that. If y'all want to send us some love donations, period. I mean, seriously.
And IG, let's let them know what it is.
Okay, IG is TLC. Hold on, wait. Let me get this right. Let me get it right. TLC Podcast.
Yes.
TLC. Like the group TLC Podcast, and that's where you can cash out love donations, and we really appreciate it.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll catch y'all back in the living room Friday night
next week.
Holla. Facebook, if y'all want to stick around, we're gonna do the quick after party. We're only gonna be on here for like 15 minutes, but IG, we'll see y'all later. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. Alrighty.